So I've always heard that there was a feud between Michael Jackson and Prince. Okay. I wasn't sure if there was any validity to it, but apparently an artist by the name of will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas is doing an interview on this podcast called The Drink Champs, which I do watch from time to time. Those guys are hilarious. So whenever they have an artist that I'm interested in, I'll watch an episode. So I didn't really get to see this episode. This is a clip from it in which I guess he is spilling the beans on what really went down between Michael Jackson and Prince. Let's go.
We said Michael Jackson and Prince, right? We did that already.
And no, he never picked.
He never picked.
He just said what Prince said about analog and digital.
Because you rode horses with Michael Jackson, is that true?
I work with both of them. I work with Mike. I brought Mike to go see me rock with Prince in Vegas.
You brought Mike. Yeah. You brought Mike to see you.
Did you just say, wait, but...
So one time,
I don't think anybody
Mike
ever
called
says
me.
that.
He's like...
Mike called you.
He's in Vegas. He's like, I heard you guys have a show tonight. I'm like, yeah, we got a show going on 10. Oh, rats, I'm gonna be sick. I gotta put the kids to sleep.
Oh, rats.
I'm like...
He really said, oh, rats?
I swear to you. I'm like, yeah, but if you come later, like in the middle of the show, now if I don't see the show from the beginning, it's no way for me to know what's actually going on. I was like, okay, so why don't you come? I'll be rocking with Prince like around 12:30. Oh, I can't go to that. I'm like, why? Prince is a meanie. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, did you say meanie?
He's a meanie. I'm like, no. He's really nice, Mike. He's like, no, you don't understand. One time,
you gotta talk to get him going, Prince. Sorry.
I'm like, no, he's really nice, man. I like, no, you don't understand, Will. One time he tried to run me and my mama over with a car.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I'm telling you. They always put me against him. I'm like, listen, it's different now. Why don't you just, he'll be really happy to see you. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call Ruth. I'm like, yo, Ruth, Mike wants to come see Prince tonight at the Rio.
Okay, who's Ruth?
Yeah, who's
Ruth? Was Ruth was Prince's right hand.
Okay, we didn't know. Okay.
Who used to coordinate all of his scheduling and meetings and shows and after parties. So she was like, okay, we could put Mike in a section. I'm like, cool, great. I think he's coming with like 5 people. Everything I'm saying, if you see Chris Tucker and you see CeeLo, they'll vouch for you on this.
Okay. CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm like, Mike, everything's straight. They're going to put you in a section. It's going to be awesome. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, trust, Mike, it's going to be awesome. So I'm late. Everything I'm saying is true. I'm late. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to be late. It's 12:30. Mike's supposed to be waiting for me there. I go on at 12:45. Excuse me, cab. Like, how long is it gonna take to get there? He's like, 15.
Cab?
Yeah, I'm on a cab.
You in a cab?
Yeah.
The story is just awesome.
You don't take cabs?
No Uber, no.
They don't Uber in 2000. It was 2000 and freaking, what year was that?
Obviously, this was an old story. I don't know how Nori didn't pick that one up, but Nori has to interject sometimes. But the way he's depicted Michael is just hilarious. will.i.am is a great storyteller, and I love the way he does his little voices or whatever. Let's keep it going, but this is funny.
You didn't have a car service for this?
It was 2007.
Because you're the biggest on the planet.
No, 2007, no, not yet.
Yo, really?
2007, we was kind of there. Not there.
Damn, you already talking to Mike and Prince?
Show. I gotta
you wild for that. How you kind of there? You there?
No, because we ain't got to I Got a Feeling yet.
I got a feeling.
So in reality, now that we know what we know, in 2007, we wasn't that big.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, Cap, stop the car. I'm running. So I get out the car and I run. Somebody's like, Wyclef. I'm like, about to go back with Prince and Mike's there. Like, hey, Wyclef ain't here, nigga. So then run to the thing. Ruth's like, you gotta go on now. Gives me the mic. I'm like, yo, Mike. So he's like, okay, I'll be watching you. And at this time, I've already been working with Mike from 2005, 2006, and he came to see me rock with Prince 2007. I go on stage, I do my shit, freestyle, da-da-da-da-da-da. I come off stage, I go sit where Prince has Mike situated. And I sit, it's me here, Chris Chris Tucker here, Ruth, Michael Jackson's
Prince.
manager's here, and then Mike there.
Okay.
So Mike whispers in Ruth's ear. Ruth then talks to me and says, Mike wants to know, why didn't you acknowledge Mike while you were on stage? I'm like, what? Hey, Mike, hey, tell him that this isn't my stage and I can't disrespect Prince on Prince's stage. So it's no disrespect. It's just that's not my stage. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So then he's like, oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Whispers in Prince's ear and Ruth's ear. Ruth then talks to me. Mike wants to know how come Prince hasn't acknowledged him on stage. I'm like, oh.
Why is she asking you that, though?
So I'm like,
They were really
Mike.
like Bloods and Crips, huh?
I'm like, yo, Mike. So Prince is still on stage while this is all happening. He's playing. I'm like, oh, no. I think because he has you in the VIP section,
Right.
he's not trying to blow your cover.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's not trying to blow your cover. It ain't nothing like that. Like, oh, man. And he's like, oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And so as that conversation dies down,
You know, in a way, I'm not surprised a little bit when it comes to Michael Jackson. If this story is true, because a lot of really, really great artists have these crazy egos. Okay, that are just that's probably what's given them the confidence to do some of these crazy things that no one else has ever done, and break all these records. And you, to a degree, I'm not saying every artist like that, but yeah, I mean, I can see that happening with both of them, because Prince had an incredible ego as well. So yeah.
Prince then comes in front of us, walks through the crowd.
After his performance.
No, while he's performing.
While he performing.
Plays the bass, aims the bass at Mike's face.
Yo, you going
And
too
then
far,
like,
Will.
niggas like,
Will, you going too far, Will.
and Mike's like, doing this shit, right? This dude like flicks his hair like, and walks off. And then Mike's like, okay. So then 5 minutes later,
Different times, bro.
5 minutes later, he's like, I gotta go. Meet me at my house for breakfast. And so I'm like, all right. So he leaves for breakfast. He leaves to his house. I'm like, what time? He's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, cool. So he leaves. I go to his house for breakfast, knock on the door.
Now, I knew that Prince used to tease Michael Jackson for not playing. You know, Prince could play all the different instruments. Michael Jackson, you know, he was known for other things. So the way I'm reading that story is that he's teasing him for not knowing how to play the bass. Okay, which is hilarious when you think about it.
Because we working now. I bring my laptop, bring everything, my hard drives. We gonna work tomorrow. So I go knock on his door, click, click, click. As soon as I open up the door, he's like, why did Prince play the bass in my face? I was like, oh, no, I just think he was just trying to respect. No, you don't get it. He's a meanie. He's a meanie. One time, like I told you, he tried to run me and my mama over with a car. And so, pause. Fast forward, Quincy Jones calls me. He's like, hey, Will.i.am, man. Where's my song, man? I've been waiting for that song for a long time, Will.i.am. I got this new record coming out, man.
First, excuse me. The impression he just did is spot on. He is amazing with his impressions. That sounds just like Quincy Jones. That's amazing.
Try to run me and my mama over with a car. And so, pause. Fast forward, Quincy Jones calls me. He's like, hey, Will.i.am, man. Where's my song, man? I've been waiting for that song for a long time, Will.i.am. I got this new record coming out, man. I need that song, Will.i.am. I'm like, oh, Quincy, I just been traveling, you know, preparing for this new Black Eyed Peas record and working with Mike at the same time. He's like, listen, you wasting your time with Mike. Ain't nothing ever gonna come out. I was like, no, I don't think you understand. Mike came with me to see Prince perform. You did what? I'm like, yeah, he came to see me perform with Prince. He's like, well, if you got Mike to come see you perform with Prince, well then, man, I think you moving something. Yeah. One time, Prince tried to run that nigga over with a car. I'm like, are you serious? That's what Mike said. He was like, he ain't lying. I need you to do me a favor, Will.i.am. Go on YouTube, type in Prince, Michael Jackson, James Brown. And after this show, is when Prince thought Michael Jackson sabotaged him, because while Prince came on stage, he held on to this light pole, and then he thought that light pole was a sabotage, and he fell into the crowd and almost hurt himself. So Prince thought that was a move from Mike, and you could see Michael on, because James Brown was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody in the house. Michael, get up on stage, Michael. Come on, Michael." And Mike gets up on stage, does his little thing, does a little freaking dance, and then Michael, if you see this video, then goes whispers in James Brown's ear, and you know, since that whispering shit that I saw, it has to be true, because what it looks like, from what I could gather, it looks like he said, "There's this guy out there in the audience, and everybody's comparing me to him, and I'm nothing like him. I need you to bring it up, because we both are inspired by you, and I love you, and he loves you too. But once and for all, people need to know that I am not him, and he is not me. And the industry needs to know it, please. I insist, please." So then Mike...
But this is what you think they said.
Yeah, because what happens after that is James Brown says, "And give it up for Michael, because he insists that I bring up Prince, come up on stage, I insist." So then Prince hops on the security guards like a piggyback ride, nigga. This dude's on piggyback ride. It's all on YouTube. Prince then comes on stage, does his little thing, then tries to get the crowd to clap. They ain't clapping. He does his like pterodactyl scream, walks off, grabs a hold of this light pole, falls and almost busts his ass into the crowd. And then from there, the legend has it is he got into his car and tried to run him and his mama over with a car. And so when Mike then came over my house to record, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, what you was telling me, Quincy Jones verified it. I told you, Will, I was not lying. I'm not lying. He's a meanie." And he also told me about this video that's on YouTube. "What's YouTube?" I was like, "Look, let me show you." "Take that down. Who got that? Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that video from? Take that down." I was like, wait. What do you mean take it down? It's on the internet. What do you mean it's on the internet? It's on YouTube. What's YouTube? I swear to God, go on YouTube right now. www.youtube.com. Go on the search thing, put Michael Jackson, Prince, James Brown. You see it. Ain't no lies told here. I'm for real. So who, Prince, Michael Jackson?
You still ain't picked.
Both, nigga.
Okay.
Oh shit.
By the way, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You exceeded everything.
Take it over. I'm gonna take a pee.
Yeah, I'll hold it down. Everything I thought you was gonna be, you exceeded everything.
Here's what I find funny about that story. I've heard rumors for years that Michael Jackson didn't really talk that way. You know, that soft, feminine tone that he's known for talking in public. I've heard Chris Tucker and so many other celebrities say that Michael Jackson talks like he talks kind of like a brother. All right, and he does it in that's just he does that for show. But this entire time, will.i.am is stating that he's worked with him, he's been around him off camera, and this is the way he's talking. I'm saying that to say this. I don't know what to believe when it comes to these stories, but I know this one was entertaining, okay? I've always heard the feud between Michael Jackson and Prince not getting along, which is why we didn't see a whole lot of collaborations between the two, and I never understood that, because I'm like, you got these two geniuses together, it'd be crazy. Typically, at some point, they meet. And make history. But knowing what I know about Prince, and that he was the type of person that didn't smile in your face, and that he was very intelligent, but also he was very private, I can actually see him doing something like this. It's just from my judgment. And Michael, based off of his personality, needing the validation and being like the most famous person on the planet, I can see how that can affect you, and to the point where you become dependent on that need for validation and attention. Wherever you are, you're kind of accustomed to it at this point. You can't go anywhere without people swarming you. So I can see that happening with Michael as well. I've heard stories that if you know the Michael Jackson story, he's always talked about the trauma he faced in his childhood, you know, with his strict father and everything else. But I've also seen documentaries of people who live in the community that said that the way his father was depicted as far as being abusive to Michael was not real. That man really kept those kids out of the hood when all the other kids were, you know, getting in trouble. He moved his kids out. He worked really hard to keep them out of trouble, and he had to do that. So I don't know which side to believe. I do know that, you know, the Jacksons, you know, they're weird, but they're also famous, you know, super famous. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I know in the middle somewhere there's the truth, but I just thought it was funny that he was using the soft feminine voice the entire time. I'm like, well, maybe the stories I've heard are not true, that Michael talks two different ways on and off camera. Who cares? This story was hilarious. If you guys like the video, do me a big favor and like the video. If you want to see more content like this, that lets me know that, okay, by liking the video. Leave a comment if you know anything else about the story or what you think in general. And I do read the comments, especially for those of you who have inside information. All right, but I appreciate your time, as your time is very valuable. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.